coming up tonight at 6 with an hour until polls close around the Pine Belt. We're on your side telling you what you need to know about the local primary elections. And Governor Reeves held a press conference encouraging Mississippians to get vaccinated, what state health leaders are saying, and more ahead.
And more fog is than forecast overnight. The News at 6 starts right now.
Your vote counts. And now, WDAM 7's Decision 21, primary election coverage.
Good evening, y'all. Thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Williams.
And I'm Carrie Leggett-Brown. Municipal elections are in progress across the Pine Belt tonight. Our team coverage starts in Hattiesburg. Right now, our Melissa Rademacher is live with a breakdown of the candidates running for mayor in the Hub City. Melissa.
Carrie, here in Hattiesburg, the primaries today will decide a couple of important races, including who is going to get that Democratic nomination for the mayoral race in the upcoming general election. There are 3 names on the primary ballot today. Hattiesburg residents are choosing between Lakila White, Vanessa J. Jones, and Stacy Daniels. I actually had the chance to catch up with each of these candidates and ask them about their policies, and you can learn more about each of them on WDAM.com. And again, if you're a Hattiesburg resident, you can come out and vote in that Democratic primary today until 7 p.m. These are the candidates vying for that Democratic mayor nomination for that mayoral race. Now, whoever does win this Democratic mayoral nomination today is going to face incumbent Toby Barker in the general election, which will take place on June 8th. Live in Hattiesburg, I'm Melissa Rademacher. Steve?
Thanks very much, Melissa. Several other jobs in City Hall are up for grabs tonight in the Hub City. Here's a look at the 3 Democratic candidates for Ward 2 in Hattiesburg. The incumbent, Deborah Delgado, is serving her 5th term on the council right now. She is running against Cedric Dallas and Charlie Johnson. And at Ward 5, the race is between incumbent Councilman Nicholas Brown and Howard Bama Toller. Mr. Brown is serving his 1st term in office. He's a 3rd-generation Ward 5 resident. Toller has served in the military and has been a Ward 5 resident for 62 years. You can read more about the candidates on our website.
And in Laurel, several races are underway today, including mayor and city council. Our Caroline Wood is live in the City Beautiful this evening, bringing us the latest election details there. Caroline.
Hey Carrie, I'm here at the Parkview Baptist Church in Laurel, which is the voting precinct here. And now I did get to speak with the polling manager earlier, who said they've seen well over 300 voters here today, and they only expected to see 300 total. Now she did say she expects the number to keep going up with the remainder of the time that polls are open. But let's go ahead and take a look at the ballot today for City of Laurel City Council. In Ward 1, Democrats Ernest Hollingsworth and Vincent Merrill are running. In Ward 2, Republicans Kevin Kelly and Doyle Anthony Weed are on the ballot. Over in Ward 4, Democrats George Carmichael and Omarius Scott are running. For Ward 5, Democrats Andrea Ellis and Joe Porter Sr. are on the ballot. In Ward 6, you'll see Democrats Grace Amos and Felix Henderson on the ballot. Finally, in Ward 7, Democrats Shirley Keys Jordan and Anthony Paul Page are running. Now, the candidates that win tonight will advance on to the municipal general election ballot. That election will be on June 8th. Now, you do still have a little under an hour here to go until polls close at 7 o'clock here in Laurel. So if you haven't already, come out and cast your ballot here in the City of Laurel. But for now, reporting live in Laurel, Caroline Wood, WDAM on your side. Steve, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
And Caroline, thanks very much. Another race underway in Petal. Our Charles Harrington joins us live here in the studio with details of what's happening in the Friendly City. Charles, what's going on?
Well, good evening, everyone. Well, one thing's for sure, all those who'll be in office for the next 4 years in the Friendly City are in the GOP. All candidates for mayor of Petal, including current Ward 5 Alderman Tony Ducker, Jared Gould, Karen Hession, and Jake Wilson are running as Republicans. All candidates for alderman as well are from the GOP. Wards 1, 3, 4, and 5 are contested. The candidates in Ward 5, Drew Brixon and Mannix McLaurin, will take over for Tony Ducker, who, as we said, is running for mayor. And if you'll recall, McLaurin was recently arrested and charged in Jasper County with lustful touching of a minor. In Ward 4, the candidates include John Brady Amaker, the son of current Ward 4 Alderman Brad Amaker. Now, the alderman in 3 wards, that's 2, 6, and the at-large position, had no challenger. Back to you.
Charles, appreciate it very much. Mississippi Move, the organization, is offering free rides to the polls for voters. If you live in Forest or Lamar County, you can call or text 662-205-6683 and book a ride, or you can make an appointment online by heading to our website. You will be required to wear a mask in the vehicle. You'll want to make an appointment soon because polls close at 7 o'clock. If you're voting absentee in this election, mail-in absentee ballots must be postmarked by today, of course, and received by the municipal clerk's office within 5 days. If you have questions about the elections, you can reach out to your city's election official.
Across the Pine Belt, voters made their way out to precincts to cast their ballots. One of the voting precincts is the train depot in Hattiesburg, and we were able to hear from one voter who shares why everyone needs to get to the polls and why voting is so very important.
And it is very important for everybody to go out and vote on today. Once you vote, you have your choice or opinion to be in whatever you want to vote in.
And again, a reminder, the polls will be open until 7 p.m. this evening, so you still have time to get out. And we'll have you covered as the results come into our newsroom tonight. Our WDAM 7 News team is spread out all across the Pine Belt and will bring you the latest results both on air and online. Now let's check in with our weather team for the latest on your forecast. Rex.
Yeah, Carrie, we got a couple of dying showers on the radar as we speak. They are going to die away and go away tonight, but going to be replaced by fog. Like we had a dense fog advisory this morning here in portions of the Pine Belt. I think we'll see another one in the morning. But tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. It's going to be mainly dry, only about a 30% chance for showers during the day tomorrow. But the Storm Prediction Center has us under a slight risk to marginal risk in the Pine Belt. That's especially for tomorrow night and early Thursday morning as a front comes through. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. So make sure you be mindful of the weather, especially beginning late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and early Thursday morning. Of course, I'll have a complete look at the forecast coming up shortly. Carrie, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Rex. Now to the latest in coronavirus. Governor Reeves held a conference today on the state's coronavirus response. Reeves says that there is still some hesitancy in the state to get the vaccine, but progress has been made on all fronts. State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Monroe says the method to get the vaccines out faster allowed these companies to reduce how much time it takes to get to it to consumers. He and others insist the government did not cut corners by expediting the process, and the technology involved in the vaccines themselves is something physicians are familiar with.
We do a lot of research at Jackson Heart, and so cholesterol medicines, some of the newer cholesterol medications, we use the same sort of research platform to develop new cholesterol medications. And so, you know, we're familiar with this, and so we're not afraid of the way vaccines are being produced. That's just part of the research process. So we feel very good, and we feel like the vaccines are very safe.
And Dr. Clay Hayes, you just heard from him, says they're also seeing that the number of people showing adverse effects or complications from the vaccine are far lower than what was originally even estimated based on studies. And back here in the Pine Belt, Hattiesburg Mayor Toby Barker said he has extended the city's mask mandate. Barker says that he hopes this will be the last time the mandate will be extended. The mandate will remain in place through May 15th to prevent a surge in the coming weeks. And you can see the mayor's full remarks on our website. And today, the State Department of Health reports 183 new cases and unfortunately 18 additional COVID-related deaths, 3 being from right here in the Pine Belt out of Forest, Jones, and Jasper counties. And to date, more than 306,000 Mississippians have tested positive for COVID, and unfortunately 7,000 have passed away from the virus.
Now let's turn things back over to Rex for a preview of your forecast.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, we've got the forecast coming up. Please stay tuned for that. I'll be back with it in just a few minutes.